Hello and welcome back to Rather Good English. I'm Katy.
And I'm James. It's great to have you with us for episode 2. In our first episode, we introduced you to London and we hope you were chuffed with it.
Definitely. Sorry, I was just sorting the audio out there. Today we're tackling a subject that, well, it has a bit of a reputation around the world. We're talking about British food.
Ah yes, British food, famous for being boiled and a bit grey. I think I've heard people joke that British people conquered the world looking for a decent meal.
Exactly. But we're here today to tell you that's not the whole story. Not by a long shot. We're going to explore the good, the bad, and the seriously underrated dishes from our little island.
It's going to be a tasty journey. So, let's start with the big hitters, the absolute classics. When you think of British food, Katy, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Oh, it has to be fish and chips, wrapped in paper, eaten by the seaside, trying to fight off seagulls. It's more than a meal, it's an experience.
Right, a piece of cod or haddock in crispy batter with chunky chips, not thin fries, and you have to have loads of salt and vinegar on them. It's the law.
And mushy peas, don't forget the mushy peas, or curry sauce depending on where you are in the country.
Or even gravy. A true classic. For me though, the king of British meals is the full English breakfast. It's a masterpiece. You've got sausages, bacon, eggs, fried bread, mushrooms, baked beans, and the grilled tomato.
A proper fry-up. It's designed to prepare you for a hard day's work, or to help you recover from a hard night's fun.
Exactly. And the big debate is always about black pudding. Are you a fan? Personally, I absolutely hate it. I think the thought of what it is puts me off. It's a type of blood sausage.
I am, actually. It sounds a bit strange, but it's delicious when it's fried until it's crispy. It has a lovely, rich, savoury flavour.
I'll leave the black pudding to you. Another classic has to be the Sunday roast. It's such a family tradition. Roast beef or chicken, crispy roast potatoes, Yorkshire puddings, vegetables, and of course gravy. Lots and lots of gravy.
Oh, the roast potatoes are the best part. And the Yorkshire puddings, which are a sort of savoury pancake batter baked in hot oil until they puff up. They're meant to be eaten with the gravy. So good.
And we can't forget things like shepherd's pie. That's minced lamb with a mashed potato top. Or cottage pie, which is the same but with beef. Real comfort food.
Right, I actually put cheese on top and grill it until it goes crispy. Oh my God, so delicious! So, we've established there are some brilliant classic dishes, but let's be honest, James, some British food is a bit overrated. What's your pick for a dish that gets too much love?
Okay, controversial opinion time. For me, it has to be beans on toast.
What? No, beans on toast is a national treasure. It's what students live on.
I know, but is it really a meal? It's just baked beans from a can tipped onto a piece of toast. It takes 2 minutes. Sometimes I see it on cafe menus as a breakfast option, and I just think, you could do better.
I see your point, but you're missing the comfort factor. It's warm, it's cheap, it's easy. Add a bit of grated cheese on top. Perfection. I'm defending beans on toast until the end.
Alright, fair enough. What about you then? Your turn. What's overrated?
Okay, for me, and I love a cup of tea, but the standard British biscuit selection can be a bit boring. You've got your rich tea, your digestive. They're all just a bit plain.
Whoa, hold on. You're taking on the British biscuit? That's a brave move. A chocolate hobnob is a thing of beauty. It's got oats, it's crunchy, it's perfect for dunking in tea. It doesn't fall apart.
The hobnob gets a pass. But the rich tea? It tastes of nothing. It's just a dry circle, and you have to have 2 of them to get a decent dunk in your tea. Otherwise it just falls apart. I think we can agree to disagree on that one.
Deal. Okay, so moving on from the things we think are overrated, what about the underrated gems? The dishes that deserve way more love and attention.
My number 1 pick, and I think this is a true unsung hero of British food, is the Cornish pasty. You can get them in bakeries all over the country, but a proper one from Cornwall is special. It's a D-shaped pastry case, usually filled with beef, potato, swede, which is a root vegetable a bit like a turnip, and onion, and the edge is crimped in a special way. It's a protected geographical indication, you know, just like champagne, so it has to be made in Cornwall to be called a Cornish pasty.
Right. Originally food for miners, wasn't it? The thick crust was like a handle they could hold with their dirty hands and then throw away.
That's the story. It's a perfect, complete meal you can hold in your hand. The pastry is flaky and the filling is so savoury and peppery. Absolutely delicious.
A great choice. My underrated dish is Lancashire hot pot. It comes from the northwest of England. It's a stew made with lamb or mutton and onions, topped with sliced potatoes.
And it's cooked really slowly, right?
For hours and hours, in a heavy pot. The meat becomes incredibly tender and the potatoes on top go crispy. It's the definition of a hearty, warming winter meal. It needs more recognition.
That sounds so good. I'd also add a good pork pie to that list. A Melton Mowbray pork pie with its jellied pork filling and thick hot watercrust pastry. Eaten cold with some strong English mustard or pickle. It's fantastic. I've got a great one. Have you ever heard of Stargazy pie?
I have, and it's visually challenging. Explain it for our listeners.
Okay, so it's another dish from Cornwall. It's a pie filled with pilchards, which are a type of fish, along with eggs and potatoes. But the strange part is that the fish heads are poked through the pastry crust, so they are looking up at the sky. Stargazing.
It's an amazing sight. Apparently it's so the oils from the fish run back into the pie while it cooks, making it more flavourful. I can't say I've ever been tempted to try it though.
Me neither. How about a dessert? Something like flummery? It's a sweet, soft, jelly-like pudding that was popular hundreds of years ago. It's made with oatmeal or flour, so it's quite simple.
Or syllabub. That's another great old name. It was a frothy, creamy drink or dessert made by mixing wine or cider with milk or cream. Very fashionable in the 17th and 18th centuries. You just don't see these things anymore.
Maybe for good reason. So this all brings us back to that big question, James. Why does British food have such a bad reputation around the world? Where did that stereotype come from?
I think a lot of it comes from the post-war period. After the Second World War, Britain had rationing for years, until the mid-1950s. Food was scarce, and people got used to very simple, plain cooking. Lots of boiling, not a lot of spices or flavour.
That makes sense. So a whole generation grew up with quite bland food, and that reputation just sort of stuck.
Exactly. But it's so unfair now. The British food scene today is incredible. We have amazing produce, fantastic chefs, and so much influence from all the different cultures that make up modern Britain.
Completely. You can get fantastic Indian, Chinese, Caribbean, and African food here. And our own traditional food has had a revival too. The rise of the gastropub, a pub that serves really high-quality food, has made a huge difference. British food now is creative and delicious.
So, if you visit the UK, please ignore the old stereotypes. There's a world of amazing food to discover.
Speaking of discovering things, we've used a lot of great words to describe food today. So let's have a quick vocabulary spotlight.
Great idea. Let's pick a few. We mentioned the black pudding has a savoury flavour. What does that mean, Katy?
Savoury, that's S-A-V-O-U-R-Y, means not sweet. It describes food that is salty or spicy. So crisps are savoury, but cake is sweet.
Perfect. I described the Lancashire hot pot as hearty. That's Hearty. A hearty meal is large and very filling and satisfying. It makes you feel warm and full.
A good one. Another word that's similar is stodgy. S-T-O-D-G-Y. Stodgy food is heavy and fills you up a lot. It can be a little negative, suggesting the food is a bit too heavy, but often it's used affectionately for comforting winter food, like a big pudding.
Right, like a stodgy pudding. And a final one. This is a brilliant British word. Moorish. M-O-R-E-I-S-H. If something is Moorish, it's so delicious that you just want to eat more of it.
That's a great one. Crisps are very Moorish. You can't just have one. So, to recap, we had savoury, hearty, stodgy and moreish. Try to use them this week.
Well, I'm feeling hungry after all that. I'm gonna go and buy some black pudding. That's all we have time for in this episode of Rather Good English. We hope we've changed your mind a little about British food.
Definitely, try it before you're judging. Join us next time when we'll be talking all about another British institution, the pub. Thanks for listening.
Fantastic. I can't wait for that one. Bye for now.